All right, so real quick, I just want to show some like really basic examples of what I mean by layers. So when you think of layers, you can think of a pizza. You know, you got your crust, your sauce, your cheese, and your toppings, and those are your layers to making that pizza. So the same way in your Naruto Storm Connections gameplay, you also have layers. So like one layer, like if I just do a regular dash, that's just one layer, right? But I can add layers to this approach by even doing things such as dash canceling, doing things like dash canceling jutsu, dashing after it. You can add more layers by using your support. So like an air dash into Asura's jutsu into guard pressure. Um, One thing that Playco loves to do with his team, this team right here, is he can put you in setups where he's forcing a reset on damage scaling. So something like this, see something like that. Obviously, don't do that, but yeah. So and then that right there, if since they were able to block again, it forces it's like it's a forced reset and it resets damage scaling. And I say force reset because there's nothing that they can do about it. Like they can't escape that. They just have to take the reset unless they have subs or a support to help them to like get out of it or something. Um, but but as you can see there though, like that's those are layers. That's a more advanced, like very complex layers in combo like that when you're setting them up and like resets. But that's just an example of adding layers to your gameplay, adding layers to your approach. Um, you know, even doing things like that. I mean, it's like that's a very basic example, but just adding layers to your approach. You can add layers within your combos to set up for resets, things like that. Even something like this. That's a very basic example, but yeah. But even like that right there, like those are layers. You're adding layers to your gameplay. So just wanted to give some examples for that. I talk about follow-ups. Follow-ups are the actions being taken during downtime. So downtime are those times where the neutrals like reset and there's nothing like going on. So like the air combo of current Sasuke, after his air combo, you can't convert, right? So that's downtime where like there's nothing happening. So if you do nothing, Sasuke just got kind of like standing there or whatever. Then your opponent has time to like roll up and then make whatever plays that they're going to make. So doing a follow up is like going back to layers. You're adding those layers to your gameplay, and you're doing something in that downtime to follow up your play. So something like this, right? Throwing bomb and kunai and then waking them up into bomb, right? That's just one option you can do. Another option is something like this, or an example. Yeah, you can do Chidori, and then when you throw the kunai, you'll pick them up, and then Chidori will, and then that way you can like convert into combo or something. So that's just what I mean by like you're always doing something to either like pressure your opponent or doing some sort of wake up pressure or some sort of follow up. Obviously, in all cases, or in some cases, you might want to like back up or if you're like waiting for subs to come back or like charge chakra if you're like completely out. But generally speaking, when you have resources, things like that, you should be doing something. Same thing with Rasengan. Yeah, there's downtime there, but you can like pick them up. Well, if you time it right. Yeah, something like that. So, you know, you're doing something there. I mean, if you didn't, then they would just roll up again and then they'll go into making their own play. So you're just like you're following up your plays with something so that there's no downtime or you're always doing something. Yeah. Another example is You could go for like an instant guard break setup with the kunai bags. So yeah, something like that. You know, you can do like a instant guard break setup like that. Obviously, they are able to counter at that point, depending on um, if they just roll up and straight counter, then they will be able to counter you if you like when you hop in like that to pressure. But that's just one example. So, but yeah, that's the gist of it. Adding layers to your gameplay, to your approaches, adding layers in your combos. Like when Playco be doing his resets, adding, doing follow ups during downtime. So like after grabs or jutsus or like certain air combos that don't have like a traditional reset. You're doing some follow up play to either put them in wake up pressure or to pick them up back into combo. Um, just making your gameplay more complex, and that's basically it.